Becoming a published author was one of my all-time dreams. And one of the things I'm learning now that I've achieved a certain level of that is that my dream was never a finish line. This is actually really good news, but it's jarring and unnerving to realize when you're pursuing something to such an extent that you're certain it's going to change your life, but you don't really know how to define that change. And then when you achieve it, you realize that's great, but now what? It usually doesn't change your life in the way you think. It just presents more opportunities and more questions. And some of the opportunities are not what you expected. You don't know what to do with them. Now, it's helpful if you're somewhat prepared for that, but one of the main things I'm learning from this phenomenon in achieving a certain level of your dreams is that marginal success can be as detrimental as failure, in some cases even more so. Because when people fail, you're encouraged to learn from your mistakes, and when you hit bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. There's always the chance of a better future. And hopefully you have that perspective regarding failure. But the danger with success is that you can either become arrogant, thinking there's nothing else to learn, or you can stagnate in fear of being unable to duplicate previous success. Some of the most powerful people in Hollywood, some of my favorite people in the music industry, have admitted to living in fear that each project is going to be their last. They're afraid of peaking, which is pretty sad thing to be afraid of because it's inevitable. There's always going to be someone up and coming that does better than you or gets more attention at the moment. So the natural tendency when hearing this is to be afraid of success or to not want to achieve something. Is it really worth it if I'm just going to be disappointed? But I would argue that that kind of fear of success is just as bad as fear of failure because you're putting something above God and the ability he's put in you to overcome through him. You're also determining that only something that works out the way you think it should work out is valuable. You're saying, I don't believe God is in the twists and turns, the ups and downs, and can help me navigate and manage them to his glory. That's exactly what he wants to do. We need to learn from success just as much as we need to learn from failure. Neither one should paralyze you with fear. God can help you with both. You just have to keep in step with the Spirit and be awake for the journey. Understand that your success is going to be in layers. It's a lot like when you're driving towards a mountain and you think you know what it's going to look like, but when you get up to it, you see that there's multiple peaks that make up the range. It's layered and faceted like success. It's a milestone, but it's going to open up lots more opportunities to grow and climb. The key to managing success well is the same as managing failure well. You have to stay alert to what God is saying. Ask him questions about everything. Stay flexible, stay teachable, embrace whatever is happening without judging circumstances based on initial understanding. When I first started publishing books, there were a lot of nuances about the industry that at first glance would really trouble me or embarrass me, or things that I thought were so amazing that I thought they should make more of a difference in my life, and they didn't. I needed a lot of perspective, and I still do. And that's what happens when you're achieving anything, having kids, getting married, buying your dream home, moving to a new area, a new career. Whatever it is you achieve, you're going to recognize that there are more areas where you need continual perspective. And actually how you steward that perspective is going to do a lot with your long-term legacy and your long-term effectiveness. So keep learning, continually ask the Lord, what are you teaching me in this season? How can I keep learning? It's not about duplicating your success or duplicating other success, because success is going to change with the seasons. It's about asking God what he wants to do through you in this season and embracing all that is, embracing the struggles as opportunities for growth and embracing the successes as opportunities for growth. And that's a super exciting way to live, because you don't stagnate, you don't live in fear. You know that if one season closes, another one opens. And with God's perspective, you can see the value of both.